All right. Welcome to Black Dragon Biker TV this Sunday night Biker Roundtable. And we got one of my favorite people in the world on the show, and that is Big Cell. So since this is a dual show, we're going to now come on with his beginning of his show because it's just going to be that kind of night tonight. Here we go, brother. Oh, hell. Let me take you off mute. I'm sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, now that you've seen mediocre, stand by for the great.
That's right. FHO. Shit. That's wrong. Huh? FHO. 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 Excel in your radio. FHO. 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 Excel on your radio. FHO. 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 Excel in your radio. FHO. Banger alert. FHO. Excel on your radio. Big Cell in your radio. Best podcast show since the Misfits couldn't carry on. But I'ma carry on and get the party cracking. The homegirl 7 carats, no protection blasting. Get she on the route. If you want action, 800 plus, it's a known fashion. Keep her back up, playing cause the wheels cracking. Big Cell can keep it real. What a passion. All gas, no break, in and out of traffic. You see your brother on a hole, respect the passions. Whether they outlaws or outcasts. Big Cell's top 5 when you in traffic. Roger, mind your business, stay in your own lane. Respect others in the set the game. Spread black love the old-fashioned way. You miss the West, but the South is a master pass. FHO, FHO, FHO. Excel in your radio. FHO, FHO, FHO. Excel on your radio. FHO, FHO, FHO. Excel in your radio. FHO, FHO, FHO. Excel on your radio.
Again, appreciate y'all, man. I love you guys. Thank you for the calls. Thank you for the donations. Don't forget, man, support the channel, support the platform. I need you. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. And again, man, I love you guys. Don't forget the 5 things I'm gonna leave you with. Ride your own ride, stay in your own lane, mind your business. Have enough love in yourself to have some love for me. We're gonna ride for love and love to ride, man. We gone, man. Thank you. But please, no more. Please, no more. Please, no more.
Oh, my word. What's up, brother?
Say, man, what's happening on this beat? Why did you pick a Sunday to just ruin everybody's Sunday? You know what I'm saying? You picked a Sunday out of all the days in the world, man. You picked a Sunday. But listen, man, first of all, let me just say this, bro. For anybody out there that thinks that this is a competition, what you're seeing right now, what you're witnessing right now is 2 regular dudes who have a passion for motorcycling, who have invested into motorcycling, who have invested into you to make sure that you can maximize your motorcycling as the best of your abilities. And we differ on opinion sometimes. But when it comes to all of this technology and stuff that you guys are seeing here, man, this is our life. And this dude here has definitely been a trendsetter for me. He's been a role model. He's been a hero. He's been a few other things for me. And we go back and forth. We fight like brothers. You feel me? We argue. We disagree. The whole 9 yards. But I want you guys tonight to really know the goodness of God, because what you're seeing technically right now with his studio, he's in his studio, I'm in my studio. When we started off, we were sitting on a little bitty couch, not even a couch. We were sitting on a little wicker chair with a cell phone in front of us. So what you're seeing tonight, man, is a culmination of just 2 partners, man, who are striving to be the best at what we're both involved in, and we're in the passion that we have for motorcycling. Young and old, I call him the OG. I'm the young cat in this thing, but just in life in general, man. It's just amazing. And I just truly want to thank you, brother, for the journey, for taking me on the journey, for always answering the phone, even after we done had a heated argument. I even forgot to ask him something before I started the argument. I had to call back and say, excuse me. Yeah, can I show me how to do this? And it's never been an issue. So really, really thank you for that, brother. Thank you.
Well, this is what I have to say is the way we came together was kind of interesting because I had a guy who was a member of my club, and he left my club, he and I, on very bad terms. And I mean, it's where you're cussing each other out and talking about each other's mama, the whole 9 yards. And I think he went on to later become outcast. And he called me up one day and he said, "Hey, brother." And I'm ready to fight. Like, oh, hell, he called, "What's up?" And he says, "Hey, listen, there's a guy I want you to meet. His name is Big Cell. And that guy will help you get your message out." And I said to him, I said, why should I trust you? Why would you want to help me? The way we ended our friendship. And he said, regardless of that, you have a message. And I think your message is powerful and needed on the set. And anything that I can do to help you get that message out. And the one guy that I know that would know enough to help you get where I think you should go, his name is Big Cell. And I want you to put our differences aside and call that brother up. And that's when I called you. You had already interviewed me one time, but I didn't really know who you were. Wasn't a person that was watching your show at the time. I didn't even realize you had a show. Like you've been on YouTube since 2012, maybe? Or
2007. Whatever it is, I gotta check and see.
And so you were a pioneer in this thing. There was you and a guy named Goldie at that time.
My man Goldie DeWitt from One Down MC.
One Down MC. You, Goldie DeWitt, Dibber, and Hollywood. That's it. That's all. And a guy named Ninja Dad. He disappeared. Maybe he died. I don't know whatever happened to him. So you took me under your wing. You didn't know me. I just called. And you started explaining to me how these platforms worked, and you didn't have to do that. A lot of guys will hoard the information. They will keep it to themselves, and they won't share. And you shared, and it was that sharing that helped bring me to where I am today. So I just want you to know I'm thankful for it. We have definitely fought like brothers. We've had our ups and downs. We've had our, I'm not speaking to that cat, but whenever I've ever picked up the phone, and I've made sure when you pick up the phone, and, I think the first thing that I remember you first called me up and told me, "I am Black Dragon."
That part.
You explained to me everything that was going to happen to me in my club before it ever happened. And you said, "I am Black Dragon. Everything you fixing to go through, I've been through." And it was just amazing that when we had our biggest blow up, one day you called me out of the blue, like the guy who introduced us. And you said, "Hey, brother, I just want you to know I love you. And I'm always going to look after you no matter what happens." And I can say that I've watched you. We started with a cell phone. We started with a cell phone and a wicker table on a wicker seat and scrunched up together, too tight to even spread our elbows out. And I look at you today and all the stuff you've accomplished. So, I'm like a little girl. I'm giddy. I'm happy. I'm happy for you. Happy for your success. Looking at that badass truck you got and towing them motorcycles around, doing what you've always wanted to do, and forging a way for yourself, coming from a background where you might not necessarily be able to be so successful. So I wanted to interview you some tonight and have you interview me if you wanted, but that give and take sort of thing tonight on the round table. So thank you for coming.
Man, it's a pleasure. So let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. First off, and we got listen, man. We not finna sleep on the special guest we got on here, man. We got a triple OG triple, a legend, a person, man, who whenever God decides this person has done his time here, the bike set will have a hole in it. Period. This man has, I can't even imagine some of the stories and some of the stuff that he's seen and been a part of, and just wow. So it's definitely an honor and a pleasure too to have him on listening and have him come on from time to time or do whatever he's gonna do. But trust me, brother, it is. You guys, listen. Let me tell you, viewers tonight, if you don't soak up any information that comes out of this podcast tonight, then I feel sorry for you. I really do, because it's jewels that are finna be dropped tonight. It is now, and I'm gonna tell you something. For all the Black Dragon followers, I'm raw and uncut. So please don't get offended. You know, Black Dragon is politically correct, and you know he's an astute gentleman. I'm a motherfucking gangster, so you know y'all just gotta I'm just
get the MFs out quick and early.
I'm just so just kind of just roll with me. Let it get past you. Just roll it. I'm still a good guy. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. But so I just wanted to mention him on the line too.
So that's the father of the Black Sabbath Nation, Paul Pep Perry, who started the entire mighty Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club Nation 50 years ago. Actually, damn, he started in 72. We got our name in 74. So I guess he's been at this 54 years, something like that, some crazy number.
I was born in 69. I'm 50. I think I'm 53. I was born. I think I'll be 54. Yeah, so I'm 53. So if he started, what did you say?
He started it in 72.
So that's what, 3 years after me. So that makes it 50 years. So
yeah. So,
and I just saw him last year pull up on a Busa.
Oh yeah. He's still right.
So however young he is,
74.
I seen it with my own eyes. I seen him pull up on a Busa. What I don't even know what is it? What is it? Is a Busa a Gixxer or what is it?
No, he's on a Busa.
Is that the same thing as the Gixxer?
No, the Gixxer was the series before the Hayabusa.
Okay, well, he was on a Hayabusa 9000, whatever the hell it was. That's how big. That's how big and scary it looked to me. You understand me?
1500, but tricked out, gold, slammed,
the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
So listen, man, mad kudos and mad love for that, man. So,
Father, are you on here? Say hello.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Loud and clear over here.
Oh, man, you guys got me grinning with a Kool-Aid smile on my face, man. I'm sitting here in awe, man. I'd have never thought in a gazillion years some shit like this would be happening, man. I'm talking to my people on the phone, and that people are listening. It's oh man, let me tell you. I don't know what to say. I love both of y'all, man.
And we love you too,
Thank
bro.
y'all for what y'all do, man. Keep doing what you're doing. We need more preaching and teaching. Help us.
Well, we're gonna do. Well, we're gonna do the best we can. I almost said it. I'm gonna handle the field, and he gonna handle the house. That's how I'm gonna just leave it.
Wow. Oh boy, I'm not red like that.
I'm just saying. He go, hey, father. He gonna handle all the field ones. I mean, all the in-house ones, and I'm gonna handle all the ones in the field.
I can do that. I understand this. I ain't mad at you.
Well, we an ugly first thing. Well, all right. So let's just get into it. So first of all, I heard you got some new equipment.
Say, man, as always, God has blessed me. I have a beautiful support staff, man. My wife, of course, the Queen Tamika Lachey Tillman, the Queen of HD. My family, my dad, my mom, and of course, my creditors, my credit cards. They support me heavily. You feel me? So with that, I'm allowed to do a few things from time to time. I'm allowed to, borrow a little bit of money here, and like what was it? What was my boy Wimpy and Popeye?
I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for
a hamburger today. Yeah. So yeah, but because of that, man, and because of the love and everything that has been coming in, because one thing I want you guys to know is that I live solely off of this movement, and that's been a blessing for me, because I remember when I first came into this movement, Dragon, I was in. I mean, I even brought up to you, like, how come we don't get paid to ride our motorcycles? And he's like, oh, that'll never happen. There's no such thing. Well, God has allowed me to be a part of that and to make that dream happen and to make that dream come true. And there's still a lot of other stuff that I do, but my whole entire life is built off of motorcycling. Like you said, my motorcycle towing, the podcast and everything else that I do is all in relations to motorcycling. So, taking people on tours and just different things like that. So, that's where it all stems from.
So you just got the Roadcaster Pro 2.
Yes, sir.
It is bad to the bone. We both got our Roadcasters at the same time.
Well, no, actually, I had mine before you, because I'm the one taught you how to.
You boy, stop it! But you did not have your Roadcaster before mine.
Listen, Dragon. Listen.
Oh no! Hold up! We're not gonna hold up. What we're not gonna do, because you got one version of Roadcaster better than mine, we're not gonna echo and stuff on me. We're not gonna do that.
No, but we did get them similar. I guess around the same time, because I think I thought I was. No, we might have got them around the same time.
I think we got no. You know what? We didn't get them at the same time. You got yours about a week before I got mine, because remember I asked you about a shady deal that somebody had for me to get mine,
and I told you no, and
you said, why would you take that kind of chance on something that makes a living for you?
That part.
And so I didn't go through with the shady deal like I wanted to. I actually have all the warranties and stuff, which you were right. Because when my stuff went out, they fixed it pronto. So another good one.
We got. Let me acknowledge this too. We got another up and coming legend in the game, and I'm gonna tell you. Let me get this out the way right now. Let me get this off my chest. Lately, Dragon, I've been kind of going through my own little emotional roller coaster about all of the new people that are out now with all of these podcasts and with all what do we call bloggers. I've been I've been in my own little feelings about it, man, because you got so many people coming into the game. Like I said, when I first started this, I was the only black, besides, I think Goldie was doing it partially, but I was the only black that was doing it.
Yes.
And now when you turn on YouTube, you see all these other channels and all these different people doing this and motorcycle blogging and this and that. And I think for me, what was bothering me was the numbers, their numbers compared to my numbers. And I'm saying, I'm pulling up, I'm doing everything. But anyway, I said that to say this, that there are a few of them out there that I do respect. And I want to give.
They came on with respect.
Yeah. And I want to give mad love to my man, Just GQ. A hell of a dude, a hell of a youngster. He has his own spin on, how he sees things. So I just wanted to give a mad shout out to Just GQ, my partner. I see you on there watching. So we can go ahead now. But so we got our Roadcasters at the same time.
While we're giving our Just GQ some love, guys can get him on Instagram, I believe. Is he on someplace other than Instagram?
Yeah, he's on Facebook too. He's on Ricky. I think it's Ricky. What is it on Facebook? Ricky Henry, I think it is.
So
on Facebook, but yeah, and on YouTube, he has a YouTube channel too as well.
This is his channel over there on YouTube, and he's doing really good. I guess he got 250,000 views at one time. So you guys got to check him out. What he is one of the baddest cinematographers.
Yes.
Which is.
He helped film one of the hottest shows that's out right now, OGs on Chrome.
Which is you? That's you?
I mean, don't worry about who it is. It's just go watch it. It's one of the baddest motorcycle shows, no matter on television in the world right now.
Period. Hosted by yourself.
Oh, I just happen to be in it.
Oh my Lord.
So
He is the cinematographer that didn't he just have a motorcycle wreck?
I don't know if he did. I haven't talked to him. I've been busy.
Think he just went down or something. So we're hoping he's doing okay. We also want to talk about Lavish T.
Yeah, my man. That's another up and coming great Lavish. And see, this is what y'all don't know about Lavish. Let me tell y'all. And he probably gonna kill me for this, but Lavish, I got to tell the truth. Lavish is a field dude. He's never been in the house. He's been in the field. He's never. He's certified goon who has reformed himself and learned how to be business. He reformed himself. He owns now one of the biggest record companies in Detroit. He's very, 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 very well respected and noted in his city, in his town, all the way from government all the way to the streets. So for me to even know people like that, because when I go to Detroit, it's two people, him and my man Pop and my other man, my Pedro. If I'm ever in the jam in Detroit, it's two names I'ma holler, Lavish and Pedro, and that should get him up off me.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So that should get him up. But Lavish has his show coming up, man, and he does his thing. He's heavily invested too. And this is what I want you guys to understand. It's one thing to see us behind the camera, but if we're not in the streets with you, if we're not at the events, if we're not there, because you guys don't understand what it is to travel. A lot of times I want to ride my motorcycle, but I have to travel with tents and speakers and all of this whole setup just to bring you a show. And you guys really need to understand and appreciate what that is, man. When Dragon loads up his RV and sits in the mud, just to be available for a conversation or a handshake or whatever it is, man. And behind the scenes when he's writing his books and stuff like that. So it's a lot of work that's involved in these things, man. And you guys just really, really need to understand the difference in which I think you came up with a name, culture vultures versus the guys that really had a passion for this and love this. So just want to give another matter of fact, sir, this is not me coming after you or anything. I just want to do this for them. So just hold on. Yeah, that's for them. That's all. That is for Lavish.
You're supposed to bring your host tools on somebody else's show. I have my own.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute.
How you gonna come on somebody's show with your own host tools?
Hey, so let's get into a question. I know the people want to ask. So, I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm going to grab one first for you. When it comes to the MC set, Black Dragon, what does that consist of for you?
I'm getting older. And for me, this is going to blow you away. The MC set for me is becoming more and more me just hanging out with my brothers and sisters in the Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club Nation. Most folks can tell you they hardly ever see me out on the set anymore. I am so pleased to be around the regular full patch brothers, Sisters of the Cross, Goddesses of the Cross, and Lady Auxiliaries of the mighty Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club Nation. Just sitting around them when we have our blackouts has become more rewarding to me than going off anywhere, going to anyone's annual or something like that. And especially, right now, I go most places I go with the father. We just go together. Like we hung out for a week in the RV. We went to one of our brother's farms and stayed on the farm for a couple days. And we hung out in the swamp in Louisiana for 4 or 5 days, or 3 or 4, how many days it was. And we just, now it's just actually sitting back and watching the nation that he started and I helped to build, watching it grow. And it's at a point for me when I walk out into wherever I go, probably like you, Sel, I'm mobbed by thousands of people. So the real peace for me comes when I'm sitting with regular Black Sabbath. I'm nothing to them. Like, uh, Michael Jordan said his kids wanted somebody else's autograph. Nobody cared about his autograph. So, he's like, I'm Michael Jordan. They're like, bump that. We want such and such's autograph. So for me, it's for the set for me is no longer how many women I can hunt down on it. It's no longer look at me. It's now just kind of being around the club that we nurtured and put together, and watch all these people grow and come and ask us questions, and watch the development of the MC. And the external elements really don't mean a damn thing to me very much anymore.
Wow. Okay.
What about you? What's the set like for you?
For me, right now, the set it's not a good place for me right now, because I'm watching what's supposed to be about freedom, love, liberty, respect, honor. I'm watching all that being thrown out of the window for whoever decides to change the agenda. I will always be grateful to the set for all of the beautiful people that I've met, all of the places that I've been to that I never in my wildest imagination thought I would go. I never thought I would ride to the Grand. Never gave a damn about the Grand Canyon. Never gave a damn about Niagara Falls, and stuff like that. But I will always be grateful for the set for that. But lately, man, I just hate to see people who have a energy and a love for motorcycling and wanting to be out there being just crushed by the powers that be. So for me, I don't go on the set that much. When you see me, if you see me at a local event, I really do respect the people that are throwing it, and I really do respect the people that are that whoever event it is or whatever, even if it's a bike night or whatever, because I save all my effort and energy for on the road. Because like you said, for me, and I'm not saying that I am Jesus, but they say Jesus was never respected in his own hometown. And that's just how I feel about here and, on the set here. But when I go out of town, the love and adoration and everything that I get is just phenomenal. So for me, the set, if we don't do something about it, Dragon, I really think we're going to lose it, to be honest.
Well, and I told you that, I don't really give a damn about the set anymore. And that's the reason why.
Yeah.
The set became, I don't mind protocol. I've always minded per your call.
That part.
There's a difference between protocol and per your
call. Yeah.
And aren't you the first one that said that?
Yes, I am. That was another one of my great quotes.
I try to give credit where credit is due. I have completely stolen that, by the way. But I think I remember the night you told me that. I ran with it. I took that football, but I don't mind protocol. But I do mind per your call. Yeah. And we got a whole lot of per your call going on. Yeah. Getting club blessings and stuff was never like you see it today. I started motorcycle club chapters of my club all the way across the country from coast to coast. I think if I had that to do again today, I'd probably...
It'd be ugly. It'd be ugly. I mean, because the former club I was in, I started 8 or 9 of those chapters. You feel me? Sleeping on couches, sleeping in people's garages, and being away from your home, and pulling up, not knowing if this is really going to be your last time living, in the whole 9 yards. But at least I think the difference too. At least back then it was fair. Because the rules used to be the rules back in the day. So for anybody that's not listening, it used to be a rule back in the day that if a person invited you, I don't care what kind of beef we were having, if they invited you to their clubhouse or to their house, they guaranteed that nothing would happen to you, that your safety, you would walk in just like you would walk out just like you walked in. Well, that doesn't apply today.
No, they'll stand and watch you get your head split wide open. I've seen it. I've been standing in clubhouses here where that's happened. And those are clubhouses I refuse to go back to.
Yeah.
But it used to be, Man, it happened with us one time. We had a major 1% club starting up in an area, and another major club came to our annual to shut them down, and we stepped up like, no, you're not fixing to hurt nobody at our annual. And
it used to be a rule, though. So let me say this. It used to be when I first came, and I got to give credit to my man Snowman. If anybody knows Snowman, he's another one of the great legends. Snowman was when I came into the bike set, my first introduction to the bike set. Snowman was my mentor. He was my guru. And so that's where Snowman has been a gangster from day one. So that's kind of where I get my gangster edge from, I guess. But when I first came into this bike set, the most disrespectful thing you can do is to cause problems at somebody else's house or event. That was the utmost disrespectful thing you can do, not only to that party, but to the set in general.
Well, you were hurting their money. You were hurting their income. And you didn't disrespect what somebody else's hustle was. Yeah, that's not something that you did. So
I'm just saying, but I don't even really think back then it was about the money the way it is now. But it was you were not allowed to go to anybody's clubhouse or anybody's event to do anything other than have a good time, period. Anything else was just not allowed. And like I said, over the years that has changed and transitioned, and and that's the part to me that's scary, because it's so I made this statement the other day, Dragon. I'm gonna see if you agree. Okay. The bike set today, to all of you cats that are on the bike set right now today, within the last 2 to 3 years, you guys will never have the fun that we had 10 years ago. Never. You guys will never be able to catch up to it. And then the people before us, like my OG Pep and Hero and Boss Mike and all of them, they can say that we will never have the fun that that they had back in the day.
Ain't no way.
So I think, and that's the part too. Yeah. And that's the part too that keeps me away from the set, because it's like now it's just almost like almost like a rotisserie. You just get on there and just go around in circles and go around in circles. When back in, I guess I'm just gonna say, when I first came onto the bike set, dude, it was fun. I mean, and back then, if we didn't know you, you had to put in work to be, to even to get spoken to per se. But once you got in, you got in. So
yeah. And for me, it was 30 some years ago at this point. And it was, I was watching Pep's generation in them, but I got a chance to be at the tail end of those guys, where we had the Salton Sea runs and stuff like that. That's a dead ocean now. They're talking about bringing that back alive. The water situation is so bad in California. They're like, we can't afford to have a dead body of water anymore. But the thing about it was the focus was never on politics back then.
Mm-mm.
There wasn't a bunch of people swinging musty ass balls in the air, talking about rah, rah, me, rah, rah, me. I've said this many times. The MC has become not an MC, but rather a see me. See me, see me, see me. And it really doesn't seem to matter what side of the ball you're dribbling on. You got more folks more worried about the political side of motorcycling, the squashing people down and putting your foot on people's necks. Back then, especially on the black set, black people, we were oppressed. You walk through a city and you saw a black man in Oklahoma, where I'm from, and Alabama, where my father's from, in Mississippi. You saw a black person walking on the street. You said, "What's up, brother?" You didn't need a motorcycle club to be a brother. You was a brother just by the shade of your skin. You were going through the same thing. You could be lynched. You could be hurt. You could be thrown in jail. Anything could happen to you. To see someone that was an equal. And so In motorcycle clubs, we had that same kind of love when I first came on to the set. It was, what's up, brother? We would go all over California from San Diego, where we were based. We would go up to LA, we'd go up to Oakland, San Francisco, we'd go up into the valleys up there. It was a blast. It was so much fun. If you wanted to start a motorcycle club, you started a motorcycle club. You wanted to expand your chapter over here, you expanded your chapter. You would stop by the local whomever to say, hey man, we're starting up in the area. There was just nothing but love. Yeah, come on in, man. We know y'all. Start on up. It wasn't what you see today. So yeah, motorcycling has changed, clubbing has changed. And I don't know. I think we will lose it.
Well, I mean, we just getting to a point, man, where the OGs, they're getting tired of talking and nobody's listening. And that was one thing that was different when I came into the MC. When I came into the MC at the time, probably my first real club would have to be Regulators MC out of Atlanta. The Regulators were and always have and still is. They just had an anniversary this weekend. A powerhouse in Atlanta. They've always been that. But when I came in as a prospect, that was probably my first real testimony and testament to being in the MC was Regulators MC here in Atlanta. But one thing I could not do, everywhere we went, I was not allowed to speak to anybody unless I was interviewing somebody or getting questions. So I was not allowed to party. I wasn't allowed to have a good time. Period. When I came in there, they would say, hey, there's two OGs over there. Before the night is up, you better know their names. You better know how long they've been riding, and you better have at least one or two of their stories down pat. And that's all I could do until I got my colors. And then I was able to smile and dance and hang out and do whatever. So it was different for me, man. And when I came in, this MC set, it just evolved. It just swallowed me up, man. And it swallowed me and I fell in love with it. And it became just like the only thing that I wanted to do. I don't know how old I was, 30 some plus years old, but the MC 40 some, I might have even been 40, I don't know. But the MC set was just so magnificent and so powerful that I just wrapped up in it, man. And I had never had wanted to do anything else since I've been in the MC. And it's just been that much fun for me. And it's just been a hell of a lesson. So when I meet guys now, or when people call me, my phone rings constantly. When people call me, they said, man, I'm thinking about joining the motorcycle club. What's the first thing I should look for? And I'm going to give you guys this jewel right now. If you're considering joining a motorcycle club, first off, you need to sit down with your family because the dynamics of all of that changes. If you're married, if you have kids, you need to I'm not saying get their permission, but get their understanding. Because if you join a real MC, and I'm not going to get into what's a real MC and what's not a real MC. I'm not going to do John's show like that. I'm not going to do but anyway. but anyway, if you join a real MC, you definitely want to sit down with your family and let them know, hey, some things are finna change. Because you cannot MC. If you are married and have children, the whole family has MC. You can't MC by yourself, and you're connected to a whole family. So that's the first thing I tell them is first get that understanding, and then second, I would tell you just to take your time and go just ride your motorcycle, hang out, find out what people are hanging out at, pull up, and use what God gave you the most, 2 ears. Use your 2 ears and keep your mouth closed. And observe, listen, and just be you. Introduce yourself, and just
And I was going to say that's the third thing. The third thing is be you.
Yeah. Period. Be you.
Be you.
Yeah, because the set will change you. I promise you that.
It can. And it's not always for the best.
Yeah.
Especially when you start living vicariously through others. When you see them doing things you always thought you wanted to do, but take your time. Some of those people that you see out there, they would die to have what you have. They would die to have a wife and kids to come home to. And instead of telling you that, they'll tell you some more other kind of stuff. Oh, man, you let her run you. But they'd do anything to have somebody running them. Oh, man, you gonna let your wife tell you can't blah, blah. Why don't you let me come over to 2037? I'll run it over there for you since you can't seem to. And no, bro, I got 2037 East Walkingbird Street just fine over here. we doing fine. We closing on our third house. we doing fine over here at 2037. How you doing at 1414 Mockingbird Lane? Yeah, I'm living with my mother. Okay. Yeah. So be yourself. Be what got you to where you are today.
And wherever you are. And another thing too, let me say this too, because a lot of people, they lose this part of it too. Stop trying to compete or compare yourself to other people's motorcycles and the way that they ride. I always say this, you have to be grown enough to ride your ride. And I'm gonna tell you something too, Drake. That's probably
ride your own ride means ride your own style, your own capabilities, and
your own finances. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Your own finances and the whole 9 yards. Because I'm gonna tell you something. When you see Dragon with his 3 motorcycles, and you see Sale with his 1 motorcycle, and you see the father with his 2 or 3 motorcycles, it wasn't just a poof. Motorcycles appeared. That ain't how it happened. We didn't just go to the dealership and say, "Yeah, give me this thing." Is that part right there. You know what I'm saying? It didn't just magically happen. So when you see another person out here and you like, man, he's doing it. You don't understand what may go on behind the scenes. So let that not be your guide. Let whoever you are, let whatever the reason you decide the motorcycle, let that passion that you're having for whatever, wanting to learn how to ride motorcycles, let that take the lead. And I tell people all the time too, there's levels to motorcycling, period. You got the everyday riders, you got the going to the store riders, you got the bike night riders, you got the trailer kings and queens. I mean, you got just different levels. And whatever level you're in, then that's the conversation you stay in. The only time that you have a problem is when you're trying to talk to Black Dragon about MCing and you or prospecting, and you prospected for 30 days. That's a conversation that y'all can't have. It took him 17 years, 9 months, 3 days, and 32 hours. So,
or you trying to talk to Big Shell about, big time riding across the country. And that's something that he's managed to do over the last, 9 months or so. He's been across a couple times, but he'll try to compare himself to somebody like Black Dragon, and
man,
got more time backing up to the curb than.
So I got the father on the phone. So I'm gonna ask him.
Father question. You can't just go around. What? Listen, I'll bring your own host tools. You're not the host.
Listen. Father, I got a question for you, sir. And I don't have a problem with calling him father. Father, listen, man. And I need you to be as honest as you can be. You know what I'm saying? Listen, here we go.
Something happened to the community.
Yeah, I figured that. I figured that. But the one thing you forgot is I got his number, so he'll hang up with you and I'll call him directly. But, Father, is this a true statement? Give me on a scale of 1 to 10. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10. Has Black Dragon been a long distance yonder getter from the time you known him to now?
Yes.
Okay, what's the number? What's the 1 to 10? What's the number?
He's always been the guy that always got out there, whenever. And that's why they weren't mad. They spent so much time punishing him because he was always gone. Shit, he was always gone.
Yeah, but was he going on his motorcycle? He might have been going on a ship.
Yeah, no. He was no. This was on his motorcycle.
Okay, because we don't count. And I'm gonna say this as nice as I can. Hold on a minute, Fat. When I say this, we're not counting chasing a bitch.
Why not? Why we can't count that?
We can't count that. Good miles. Look, good miles don't count. You know?
Well, that was just missing the seek unseasoned territories.
But that's one of the things.
Ain't that what the submariners do? Seek the unforsaken?
Mm-hmm, like the Starship Enterprise. New lands where no man has gone before. I'm like Kirk. If it's green, I'm hitting it.
As a matter of fact, I had to tell his ass he got to spend more time around here and taking more punishment, man, because they was missing it. You know, it cost him more time. He said, but I let him ride, so man, I can't help it. I said, well.
Man, he done hung him up. But anyway, so yeah. He might have hung up. But what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, this motorcycle lifestyle, it takes an adult to be able to maneuver and to manage and work your way through it. I know when you see us, it all looks glamorous and everything looks, just wow. It's the wow factor, but you don't understand the behind the scenes. You don't understand the relay team that we have, the support that we have to have at home, and the support that you have to have even from the people that call themselves your brothers, the people that wear the same patch. It's a whole dynamics of behind the scenes that you guys don't see. I'm gonna give you a perfect example, like my man GQ, even my man Lavish. I can use both of them. I'm gonna use Lavish. When you see Lavish on the set, you see Lavish at your anniversary, that means Lavish is not at his tow yard. You feel what I'm saying? So that means that he don't walked away from money to come, to do this. When you see GQ, who a lot of you guys don't know, is an educator. He's an educator and he's an artist. He's a hell of an artist. And like you said, so when you see him, he's away from grading papers and away from doing his artwork and stuff like that. And that's why I'm telling you guys have to understand and appreciate the effort and everything that they put into bringing you the information, bringing you the whole 9 yards. So another one just popped up, another great person on the set, my girl Miss Juanita Shaw. I'm gonna give you a brief story about her, Dragon. I met her in Memphis because she went down on her motorcycle, and the people that she rode down with had kind of sort of abandoned her. I don't know the full story. Yeah, they so because she was a brand new rider, and they didn't have the patience to be with a brand new rider.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of abandoned her, and her knowing about my channel, whatever, reached out to me, and me and Queen almost had to kind of nurse her back to health, as far as that. And to see who she is and to see where she is now, that's why I constantly call her and tell her.
Not from leaving her now, huh?
No, sir. And I constantly call and tell her I love you. I tell her all the time that she's my shero because I know her story from the beginning. You feel what I'm saying? I watched her grow and I watched her turn into, everything that she has developed into. And she's a bad mama. Shut your mouth right now. You understand me? So shout out to my girl, Miss Juanita Shaw, man.
We also got on the show tonight. They're coming out of the woodwork. We got OG Weasel, who
what up, Weez?
And we got Mike Ball on the show tonight. Man, they're coming out from the blogosphere. They're all over the place on us tonight. Yeah. It's really exciting to have all these folks on. So, look, my next question to you is, what was it that caused you to build your own motorcycle association, FHO?
Wow. Okay. So you want this? Where you want to go? You want to dig deep into this? Let's see. Okay. All right, y'all. Here it is.
And what was well, go ahead and do that one first. Yeah.
So what he's asking me is what made me start FHO? What made me get the brainchild? What started FHO? I had been in several clubs. I wasn't a club hopper, but I was a person who was just trying to figure out what the fuck was going on. Like, you know, the rules are supposed to be the rules, but you said, you know, you changed the rules anyway. So after being in several clubs, I just got tired of the club of the rules, the politics, the rules, the inconsistencies, the fake brotherhood, the fake sisterhood. And I just said, listen, this got to be real. This motorcycle stuff, it just has to be real. It can't be what these people are showing me, and I'm not going for it. So I had coming from LA, California. I'm born and raised in LA on the West Coast. I just kind of remembered how we do things on the West Coast. On the West Coast, and which I love to go back. I love to go to the West Coast. If it's an event on the West Coast, if I had a choice to snap my fingers and go to an anniversary on the West Coast or an anniversary down south, I'll always go to the West Coast. But anyway, just being in several clubs, being tossed around in several clubs, being disrespected in several clubs, being overlooked in several clubs, made me just say, you know what? This MC, it got to be real. This motorcycle community, the motorcycle culture, lifestyle, it has to be real. It cannot. I've heard too much about it. I've done too much research, because if anybody that know me, I'm a research guru. I love to do the research, and that comes from even from Dragon, you know, validating that. No, he does do his research, but so doing my research, I'm saying, look, bro, the fun is there, the realness is there. You know, everything that motorcycle, the brotherhood is there, the sisterhood is there. It's just that I wasn't receiving it on the level, and it's no disrespect to any of the clubs that I was in, but it was just different things that were happening. So I walked away from that, and for like 2 or 3 years, I was independent. And what I did was I missed the excitement. Atlanta had got bored. It got real boring. Okay. I think the hottest spot that we had back then was called the Frozen. The Frozen was shutting down and had closed down. And so Sundays was wide open. So I just reached back into my LA bag of tricks, and took the racing and all of that stuff from LA and brought it here to Georgia. And I'm gonna tell you this is certified truth. Facts, as they say, as a young cat said today, facts. I am the first person to race a bagger in Georgia. Facts. The very first FHO race, the very first Harley Davidson race that took place here in Georgia was between me and Little E of Rare Breed Atlanta. It was me and him. And it actually came from us just talking shit in the shop. My man, Sir Charles, wherever mysteriously he done went to, I hope he one day pops back up. But Sir Charles had a shop, DK Customs. My man DK from Rare Breed had DK Customs, and their shops were right next to each other. And anyway, we were sitting around talking smack, and we were just talking about this, and Eric challenged me, and we went out there, and we had the very first.
Who won the first? Man,
of course I won. It's my story. What the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Of course, listen, of course I won. I won. Anyway.
Well, if I don't get me that new system, I'm going. I can't take it anymore. I just can't. I feel like you just rolled past me and did a burnout on my motorcycle.
Hey,
you spit rubber all over my motorcycle.
He looked back for you.
That part right there, man. So from there, it just blew up. But anyway, so as the population of FHO grew, the racing and the YouTube channel and all of that, I had different people saying, "Hey, Sal, how can we be down, man? I want to rock." I designed the patches. I came up with everything, and it was not to mimic the bike set or the MC set, but it was to pay homage to the bike set. And from there, I had people reaching out, "Man, Sal, I want to be down with you. I want to be down with you. I want to be down with you. I want to be down with you." And it just kind of grew from there, Dragon, from saying, okay, well, this may be something. This may be something. Maybe it is worthwhile for me to start an organization. I know I didn't want to be in another MC. I know I would never be a RC or a SC or whatever. So I just said, what else is out there? And I started doing my research, AMA, the whole 9 yards, and I reached out to them and got all of the rules and regulations and blah, 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 did all my research on that. and then I put together Fast Harleys Only Motorcycle Association. So it's actually FHOMA. We just dropped the Motorcycle Association. And what that means is that what that allows us to do is that allows us to dibble and dabble all the way across the board with no matter who you are or where you are. But to let you know that we understand the rules and we understand the regulations and we understand the protocol that you guys that the MCs have to adhere to, and we will abide by them and adhere to them too, and make sure that we show you the respect. So that's basically what FHO how it started and what it is now. And now I have about 40 beautiful members from all over the world, from my girl Soulfly Kai in LA to my vice president V up in Illinois, or I always get it mixed up, Chicago, Illinois, Indiana, wherever you at up there, to all my different members, man, and my man Unruly, who I got to give a mad shout out to, is Rookie of the Year, Rider of the Year, Member of the Year, to my man Shorty Oops down there in Brunswick. I mean, I got members all over the world now. So my man D-Mac in Texas and just different things. So FHO is a motorcycle association where you don't have to be, we don't have to be in the same state in order to exist. The number one rule is you must have a Harley Davidson. We decided to keep it all Harley Davidson. And the second rule is you must be an adult, and you must understand that being an adult means that you must handle your finances, you must have your family in order, you must have your business in order, the whole 9 yards. And we basically taking the pressure off of the individuals who love the motorcycle set, but don't have the time, the effort, and the energy to commit to the motorcycle set. So that's what FHO is, and that's probably pretty much how I got started.
So if you have one of the best motorcycles ever made, an Indian or a Victory, you can't be in.
Yeah, that's gonna be kind of hard, because the biggest thing is that when you have a Victory or Indian, that means you wearing like reflective jackets. You wearing a bunch of weird ass clothes and jackets and stuff.
That's BMW.
Yeah, just saying, you got to wear it, and it just the way that you sit on those motorcycles, it just don't look,
But you sit on them. You don't sit on the side of the road.
I'm just saying, but it just don't look FHO-ish enough. It looks weird,
Oh, is that why you got your tow company?
Yeah,
I'm just asking.
Because Victories and Indians need tows too. They need love too.
You've got a tow company. I bet you don't even have any records of any that you've ever even towed.
Boys, I got videos. Video.
All the videos I've seen, and I watch you quite regularly. I ain't seen an Indian on one of them things yet.
Yeah, well, put it like this.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime you ready, and anytime you ready,
don't
to get your ass spanked.
Don't do it. Don't, son.
If I tell you what,
son,
I tell you what, loser pays for the whole trip.
Say what?
Loser pays for the whole trip.
Son, don't, because you aren't ready for. I asked you to go on the Hakahayahu.
The Hokahay. Yeah, the Hokahay, I'm not fucking with it. The Hokahay is a whole different beast. Yeah, that's so. Shout out to K Solo.
Shout out to K Solo.
Not only did he win the Hokahay, but he's one of the first blacks to ever even win the Hokahay. So, and again, I'll keep putting emphasis on black, but there's a lot of things in our culture we need to be proud about. So
for those of you who don't know, the Hokahay is a 10,000-mile run,
grueling,
that you have to make
as close as you can to 240 hours.
And it is you got to use a map, and they tell you the directions.
No main roads, all back roads.
They tell you the directions as you're going, or something like that.
Yeah,
you get a map, and then you got to switch up and get another one, or something like that. And it's 10,000 miles, and you can't do it in any less than so many hours, and any more than so many other hours. And
you have to sleep on your motorcycle or with your motorcycle. You got to sleep outdoors. You can't, you can't sleep, like go get a hotel room and none of that other stuff. So.
Yeah. So yeah.
Look at Pat. Say what you say, Father.
I asked Big Shell if he and I couldn't do it.
That sounds like our early years, bro. Shit, who needed a hotel?
Yeah. So but it's definitely one of the world's most grueling motorcycle challenges, and like I said, shout out to my man K Solo.
So I asked Big Shell if we could do it in.
Congratulations.
I asked Big Shell if we could do it in 2 years. The next one's in 2 years, and Big Shell told me, "Hell no, we're not going to do that one together." Hey, let's move on to. So you've done a lot of, what would you call it? Trailblazing things.
Okay.
So you brought racing.
Okay.
Baggers here. Somebody said, and I have to agree with this. You mixed the South and the West Coast, the East Coast, South, and West Coast biking cultures.
Thank you.
With your show. You really did tie us because we were all different all different worlds. And I know this personally because as I was building clubs across the country, building chapters across the country, it was Mars over here and Jupiter over here. You kind of brought all that together. How would you say you did that?
Just by, I guess it would have to come from being from the West Coast, being from California, moving to Georgia, meeting my wife and her giving me the permission to roam, I guess. And just with my social media at the time, with my social media channel, different people were reaching out to me and saying, "Hey, well, we're motorcycling over here," or "Hey, we got an annual over here. Why don't you come check it out and do this and do that?" And then at that time, that's when I was heavy on promoting anniversary, heavy on showing anniversaries and showing different clubs and stuff like that. And then that's how it would all happen. And then, like I said, we started going back to California. I mean, we started riding in California just to have lunch. I remember one ride we did, I believe it was me and Snowman and somebody else. Literally, it was a bike night. And we literally said, after it was like probably about like 10:30, 11 o'clock that night. And Snowman like, man, he wanted, I don't know if it was an In-N-Out burger or whatever the hell he wanted. And I was like, what you mean? He said, let's go get an In-N-Out burger. And we literally packed our bikes and jumped on the road to go all the way to California to get a burger. And then came on back all the way back to Atlanta. So, I mean, it was just all of that, bridging the gap, and just showing people the different worlds and just bringing them all together through my YouTube channel, and Jermaine Jammin Rooney, he said, no, he did not. Please explain what no, he did not mean. I don't know what he's saying, but that's what it was. That's how the gap got bridged. But that's that for me. I think the social media, the emergence of social media.
The other thing you did, I watched you do over the last few years now, is you came up with this jamboree. Is that a good name for it?
Yes, that's what we call the Tampa Jamboree.
Tampa Jamboree. And I want to say the first time you started alluding to that I can remember was 2017 when we were at the roundup in the mud pit.
You were in the catfish pond.
And you said you were never going to do that again. Yes. And you started complaining at that time that there should be a much better genre or not genre, but much better facilities for the amount of money and the kind of motorcycles that we were bringing to that event, which was the Bikers National Roundup at the time. And you were very, very upset. I thought you was just being a prima donna crybaby whiner, to be honest with you, at the time. And then I just spent yet another year in a mud hole, and I was so pissed off that it's going to be hard for me to do that again. So talk to me about that.
So one of the things, man, when I encompassed the bike set, I took it on head first, all of it. And of course, the only thing that we had at the time that was so-called ours, which was a representation of the black motorcycle rider, was the National Bikers Roundup. And let me say this before I get started. I am not trying to destroy the National Bikers Roundup. I'm not trying to do anything on a negative note. I'm just simply giving you my facts and my truths about the National Bikers Roundup. So when I first heard about the roundup, and I go, okay, you get there, and basically you pay to get in, and basically that's that. So there was, at the time when I was first started going there with concerts and stuff like that. But my argument, John, was that why are we having it here when a major facility is, down the street with cement, bathrooms? I think one of the best facilities that they ever had was the one in Atlanta, at the Speedway down there.
Mhm.
That was one of the better roundups. And then I think that the one that was in, I want to say in Chicago too, was a nice, because I think they had that the main. But anyway, so after going through that, I started petitioning on how to be on the board for the roundup. And different people was telling them, hey man, this guy, blah, 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 he can bring some youth to the round. Because I found out that everybody that was in charge of the roundup were older, were older gentlemen. And I'm saying, hey, it's time to perk this thing up, the whole 9 yards. Well, one of the coldest questions that one or two of the founders told me to my face, and this is what made me stop and say, okay, it's time for me to do something, was when they told me, well, why do we need to hire you on our staff? We don't have to change nothing because they're going to come regardless. Why do we have to get a better facility? They're going to come regardless, no matter where we put them at. Why do we have to upgrade, the this and this and that? They're going to come no matter what the conditions are. And from that conversation right there is what sparked me to say, okay, I'm gonna do something better. I'm gonna start demanding better. I'm gonna start wanting better. And in that process of the roundup, and again, so once I stopped going, people would start calling me, hey, say you're going to the roundup? And I'm saying, hey, no. Have you looked at the area? Have you checked out where they're putting you at? Have you, oh, well, no, I don't even, I'm just going to have fun. Okay, well, boom. After about the third or fourth motorcycle drop, picking your bike up out the mud and sliding and this and pick. I remember one year you had to get excavated up out of the damn. You had to get your RV excavated up out of the mud. So it was that was just my thing. I got too much money invested into my motorcycle. I got too much money invested into my livelihood and the whole 9 yards to be given subpar treatment and to be put in subpar situations. So here we are to the day. About 4 or 5 years ago, I met my business partner, Top, Christian Hill, my man Top, and he had a vision. And he was an older cat, but he was tired of the roundup as well too. And he knew that it could be done better with today's technology, times, the whole 9 yards. It could be done better. I've always believed that we don't mind paying money, but you have to match the services. The services have to match the money. The roundup is $30, $40. You open it, you pay the $34, you go in, and what you see is what you get. Well, my man Top had a vision for a better whole get out. Him and the city of Tampa, where he's from, where he resides, and he convinced them to say, "Hey, if I could bring this thing to fruition, will you guys back me?" And they did, and he started. For 2 years, I supported him and was there for him, helped him advertise, helped him promote it. And then the third year, he asked me to be a business partner. And now it's our baby. It's his original. He birthed it, and now we're both raising this We're both raising this child into a grown man, which is the Tampa Jamboree. And the biggest thing was, and one of the biggest things that we concentrated on was the respect of the Black motorcycle rider. To me, for us to have the longevity that we have out here in society, we have the least amount of respect when it comes to the culture and the bike set. So one of the first things that I started doing and Top started doing, we started doing, was started talking to the city council, started talking to the mayor, started talking to the governors. We started talking to the police chief. We started teaching them and showing them and training them and the culture, to let them know this is not an argument. This is just two partners speaking. You feel what I'm saying? When Black Dragon pull up and say, this don't make no damn sense. You don't have to worry about him. He gonna say that, and he gonna go about his business. So that was the thing. The diversity. We started diversifying them, teaching them diversity, and they started teaching us the rules. And we started showing them how this rule is affects this and so forth and so forth. And once we got that down packed, man, we were able to come up with the Tampa the Tampa Jamboree, which is United Bikers Jamboree. UBJ, which is my man's company, and FHO, which is my company, presents the Tampa Jamboree. And it is what we did was we took everything from all over the different places. You got, this big bike event that don't want your money. They put you in a circle. They raise the prices of the hotels. They bring in 300 or 400 extra police officers. They write tickets for every little infraction and send you to jail, the whole 9 yards. So we took the good from that, threw away the bad.
So you're not saying no names on that one?
I mean, I don't, because everybody always try to make it an issue. They always try to make it like, so,
okay.
But anyway, so Myrtle Beach.
I was going to say Myrtle Beach. Okay.
Yeah, Myrtle Beach. So, and this is facts. It's Myrtle Beach was so foul in the way that they treated a black biker that the NAACP had to intervene and sue them. You feel what I'm saying? And they lost but won, which was crazy as hell. How do you lose but win? But the NAACP took the city of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, to court to show racism, bias, treatment, over policing. I mean, the whole 9 yards. They got all the evidence. The price gouging of the hotels, the blatant mistreatment of the restaurants, just everything. When the NAACP got to step in, then that to me that.
And they admitted it. They said we did it.
Yeah.
But we're not going to stop doing it.
That part. And they said but that's how we have to treat y'all, basically what they said. Yeah, we understand it's fucked up and that's wrong, but that's who y'all are. So with that, with Daytona, with all of it together, we came up with our thing. And what we did was my man Top said, brother, we're the number one goal for the Tampa Jamboree is you're gonna be respected. You as an individual is gonna be respected. Your motorcycle is gonna be respected, meaning that the money that you spent to put into your motorcycle, because a lot of people don't understand the money that we spend into these motorcycles in the whole 9 yards. So John just put up the NAACP versus the city of Myrtle Beach. So we came up with the Tampa Jamboree. So what we did was me and Top set up and said, okay, so how can we do a completely different event, but have the motorcycle as the number one theme behind the event? And what we did was we came up with the Tampa Jamboree.
Let me stop you for just a second. On August 4th, 2020, U.S. District Judge Sherry A. Lydon denied the city's summary judgment motion with respect to the plaintiff's claims under the Equal Protection Class, Title 6 of the Civil Rights Act, holding there was sufficient evidence upon which a jury could determine that plaintiffs were treated differently on the basis of race. So they won but lost. So that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, won but lost.
Crazy.
So, yeah, acknowledge they were. Yeah, we acknowledge that we fuck y'all over, but hey, it is what it is. So Tampa Jamboree, May 22nd to the 29th, is a motorcyclist vacation, meaning that we worked with the city hand in hand, tireless hours after hours, meetings after meetings. Top has his own company that he runs, and then he has to run his part of the Tampa Jamboree, and I'm running my part of. We both work tirelessly every day to make sure that everybody understands that when you come up and your motorcycle is loud and you're loud and your music is loud, that's just you having a good time. But that your money spends just like everybody else's money. So what we're titling the Tampa Jamboree is a motorcyclist vacation. The city is open for you to enjoy. There's no restaurants that will turn you away. There's no events that will turn you away. There's nobody that is going to be upset that you're in the town. From the pedestrians to the hotels to the restaurants to the bars to everything, they're embracing you. They're prepared for you.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So you got a city in the South to say, welcome, black bikers. We're not going to mess with you while you're here.
That part.
Because let me further explain. Let's look at this a little bit further for how devastating this was. I don't think people understand. You see, during this one event, if we're just talking city of Myrtle Beach, what would happen is they would restrict the main thoroughfare, Ocean Boulevard, to one single lane of southbound traffic during Black Bike Week, which occurs over Memorial Day weekend. At night, the city forces all vehicles entering Ocean Boulevard to travel a crowded 23-mile loop that has just one exit. The loop can delay motorists as much as 6 hours. The complaint alleged that the city's decision to bring as many as 800 law enforcement officers to patrol the city during Black Bike Week, that the city did not implement any of these restrictions during any other summer weekend. So this was a complete disrespect to black bikers, a complete disrespect to the money we spent, a complete disrespect to everything about us that they didn't do to anybody else. And yet they were able to say, yeah, that's how we're doing it, and we're going to continue to do it that way. I even remember them hearing one thing where they said, we don't want bikers, and if we gotta change and do this the right way, we'll just shut it down altogether. So
not even that though, but not even that. When you take the price of a Motel 6, which is $69, and raise it to $329 a night, just so that to say, how dumb are you? Because I'm gonna make it to where you just, all right, well, we ain't gonna stay there, but you stay anyway. You feel what I'm saying? And
that's the other thing, because the first time I went there, I never went back. The first one for me was 2001, and when I saw the disrespect and the restaurants closed down and the police pushing people around and tackling people and taking them off their motorcycles and hundreds of cops and the lousy attitude, I never went back. You kiss my butt. Yeah. So I was really amazed when you told me, I've got it from the city that all of us are welcome and there will be no incidents. And isn't that what happened?
Yes. So we hosted the event, we put it on. Not one citation was wrote. Not one hotel had an issue with anybody. No person had to get put out of their hotel, or was no incident with the police call because of anything at the hotels. Like I said, not one citation wrote. And you're talking about an event that was totally 100% safe. One thing I want to stress to everybody, and I say this, and you can take it however you want to take it. We spend money on security. That's one thing I'm not playing with. I'm not going to play with your life. I'm not going to invite you somewhere and then have your life in jeopardy or questioned by somebody by a bully or whoever they want to be. What I'm promising, what me and my business partners are promising you, is you're going to be able to come, have a safe time, be you, have fun. If you get a little drunk or whatever, you and your boys, the police is not looking to arrest you, or they're not looking. And I can even say this without being without saying, because I don't want this to be the theme. But last year or this year, earlier when we had the Jamboree, the police literally pulled up on you, drinking your moonshine and smoking your tobacco, and just said, "Hey man, make sure you don't get on a motorcycle and hurt nobody. Y'all good." They were there for your physical safety. Everything else was a blur. As long as you were physically safe, and as long as you weren't doing anything to cause unnecessary attention, i.e. in the middle of the street doing donuts and burning out and doing dumb stuff. As long as you conducted yourself like an adult, they promised to understand that, respect that, and be about that. And we had no incidences. We had a ball. I mean, it was beautiful. Now I will say this, and I'm going to take this opportunity to say this, is that you cannot compare this event to any other event. That's why it's priced different. My event is priced is priced.
It wasn't the $30 or $40 getting in. That thing was
$200.
ugly, but not ugly if the time was good, if the amenities were what they were supposed to be, if you delivered on what you promised, then grown folks had an opportunity to come there. Was there any mud? Was anybody bogged down in the mud?
We were cement and grass. Nobody was in the mud. We didn't do no mud. And the time of year we picked is a better time of the year for Tampa, Florida. And so let me just say this, John. Let me say this, and you can appreciate this, and I know the father can appreciate this, and you know this. This is fact. Anytime a hotel has the word Renaissance International attached to it, what does that mean to you, John?
It's a top of the line hotel.
Yeah. So our host hotel is the Tampa International Renaissance Hotel. Now,
oh shit,
that part, that hotel right now. If we were to look it up, let me see. Look it up, John, if you can. Look up the Tampa. See if you can type in the Tampa International Renaissance and see what the room rates are. Pull it up on screen because I'm gonna show you what we paid as opposed to yeah.
All right, I'll pull it up in 1 second.
So my event is $200, and that includes the whole week of activities, but it includes you being in the city. We went jet skiing, parasailing, zip lining. We did so many different things. Okay. So, and we had the king suites and the queen suites. I don't even know if they got queen, but what does it have a price on anything? I can't see.
Special rates, view rates. Here we go. Boy, it takes a little bit. Okay, $195 a night.
Okay.
For 2 queen beds.
Okay.
200 for 2 queen, 1 king bed, 205, 209.
So now we know that's right now in the middle of nowhere. Okay. You add it being Memorial Day weekend. And first of all, you add it being a weekend, and then you add it being a holiday.
So one king bed executive suite is $352 a night over there.
So what do you think that price goes to?
Oh, yeah, probably 30-40% increase at the very least. It could be double.
So the prices that you see now, we had that hotel. We had over 100 rooms in that hotel for $139 a night.
Yeah, nice.
That hotel right there.
Nice.
Now, the other part about it was the hotel is I mean, it's prima donna, bro. It's off the chain. But we had people taking the chairs out of the hotel lobby into the parking lot. And the hotel didn't say anything. They was like, hey, you guys, if you need it, yeah. We talking about $1,000 chairs that they were taking from inside the lobby out in the parking lot to hang out and kick it with. So when I tell you, I said all that to say this is that my man Top is every day tirelessly having meetings, answering questions, giving examples. I mean, doing everything. He runs around the city of Tampa and we really need to just give him a round of applause because I'm telling you the work that he's doing to ensure that when you come to Tampa, when you get off when you fly into the airport or you ride your motorcycle or whatever you do, that you know you're welcome. And that was one of the biggest things that we accomplished from the police chief. I even got video of the police chief, the captains and all of them at our meet and greet, hanging out with us at the meet and greet. And then even at the concert, you know, the mayor's people was there hanging out and bro, we had a ball. And that's just what Tampa is. So again, the price for my event is pricier, but it's priced for grown folks who understand safety, who understand comfort, who understand what being respected is all about, and who understand this. And I just want to come have a nice time and party with people with like-minded people. So that's the Tampa Jamboree.
Man, that's all right. And yeah, I want to, shout you out. You did great. Let me say, so I would just like to, would you ever expect to see the mayor and the chief of police hanging out with you over there in Myrtle Beach? Do you think that would happen?
I don't even know.
Black Week.
No, and that's the cool thing about it is they ship in police officers from all over the world. That was something else in Myrtle Beach. They ship in for for that week, for that week, they give out all this money in overtime to police officers from all over the world just to come in and
they're going to make the money on all the tickets and stuff they write on BS.
Period.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. So you got one coming up again next year?
Yes, we're back this year, May 22nd. This year we're doing it for a whole week. We start on Tuesday this year. We go from Tuesday all the way to Monday. The Tuesday schedule, we're working on a skate night or something we're trying to do for Tuesday. Wednesday, you're gonna love this. So Wednesday, we got we're doing what we call it? We're calling it the movement. What we calling it? Anyway, movies on 2 is what we're doing. So we're gonna do like an old drive-in, but with motorcycles. Where you're gonna be able to come in. We're gonna show, of course, one of your movies that you're in, Biker Boys. We're gonna be showing Biker Boys.
Rubber Not Your Soul, baby. Rubber Not Your Soul.
So we're gonna have 2 movies for that night, man. On Wednesday night. Thursday is the official bike night that we're doing at the fairgrounds, hosted by my man Big Moochie and another special guest. We're putting that together right now. That'll be Thursday night bike night. Friday, we're working on a bunch of stuff for Friday because we still got we're gonna do a tentative calendar, but we're trying to get everything narrowed down. But Friday night we got performing live, Too Short, all the way from Oakland, California. That's our performer for Friday night, with another special guest as well. Saturday we got the bike show hosted by my man Big Punchy out of LA. We got the sound competition hosted by MOB Sound Series Team U. That's Saturday, the sound competition, the bike show. And then Saturday night, we calling it Fish Fry Saturday. We got Sir Charles, Jeter Jones, Tucker, Trucker, and like 2 or 3 other people that's going to be getting down. So the concert Saturday night starts at about 6 o'clock. The beautiful thing about this year is that you get to ride your bike into the fairgrounds this year. So you get to parking lot pimp on your bike, enjoy the concert, hang out, do what you want to do. And we also got the curfew lifted to 2 a.m. So it's just gonna be a lot, man. It's just gonna be a lot, man. We're going all out, man. We're trying to, again, we're gonna have triple the vendors this year. And then don't forget Sunday, the city has given us a private section of the city for the beach party. Listen now, this is what I'm going to tell you. And I'm going to be going down there. I got to go down there because I got to go down there and show it to you. The city is giving us a private section of the city will be shut down for us and our beach party on Sunday. And the beach party is all day Sunday.
So you're not even going home Sunday yet. You got to go home Monday.
You got to go home on Monday. And Monday is the holiday. So we got to start on Tuesday. Also, my man, Ronnie, my man will be offering, I'll be picking 25 people, men and women, to go fishing, to go out and go fishing for free. And so normally this trip would probably cost you about $500 or $600 a person. My man Ronnie, who has a TV show, so this will be filmed. 2 Wheels and Rods, it will be filmed for his TV show that's on Fox Sports. If you look up Fisherman's Story, they will be filming us in Tampa fishing on that Tuesday or that Wednesday. We're still getting the details for that. So I'll be picking like 25 people that are in town to go fishing and hang out, man, and be on national television.
You don't know how to fish.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I've been a fisherman of men. I've been a fisherman of men for a long time.
Hold on. I ain't seen no lures, not a fishing pole at your house.
I might not know how to fish, but I can eat pussy. How about that? I don't know if that's the same thing. I don't know if that's
that could be considered.
Okay. Well, I can eat fish, should I say? I don't know. Yeah, that might be. I don't know.
Yeah. My sponsors. I did this. I did this. So
yes, and to answer that, yes, the jamboree is not color related. It's open to everybody. So yes, and for information for the jamboree, you go to www.unitedbikers with a Z, BIKERZ.com, But everything you want to know is there. Everything, all the information you want to know, how to buy your tickets, everything is there. And right now, the tickets are $200. But right now, we got the tickets on sale for $150. So you can grab your ticket now and be good to go.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
So, gosh, I mean, you have made biking a lifestyle, and you have made biking a living. And that's just hard to believe. So now let's just talk for a few minutes. I mean, because just look at all this stuff. So let's talk about for a few seconds FHO towing.
Okay.
Let's talk about that.
Which is where FHO Towing, we're right there, man. So FHO Towing was birthed simply because, again, the lack of representation of us. You know, there was nobody in the industry here or where I'm at that was representing us, that understood us, that when you call for a tow truck here in Georgia, they actually sent a tow truck, and you would have to sit on the bike, and he would teeter and raise the bike up, and bikes would fall off, and the whole 9 yards and everything. So the birth of FHO Towing comes from me just having that dream again, wanting to fill that void and wanting to just be there for us, I guess. And of course, I thought at the time it would be, a nice money making idea, the whole 9 yards, but I heavily invested into that. I bought $100,000 truck. I bought the best equipment that you can buy to tow a motorcycle with. And I went and got all of my licenses. I'm licensed, bonded, and insured. I went and got everything registered. I went and got my yellow tow light permit. I went and got it. I did everything. And that's probably one of the things about me that people probably don't know, is that I'm an extremist. It's hard for me to do anything half-assed. So that's what did it, man. I mean, again, the lack of us being represented is what caused me to do it.
Well, also bikers, because in Atlanta, there was only one guy, right, that could a motorcycle at the time.
And honestly, I helped him with that.
Wow. So you bought this truck with this crazy thing that pulls the bikes up in the air. Have you dropped any bikes yet?
Yes, it's a video of me dropping my bike when I first learned how to use it. So what I did was, when I first got it, I practiced with my bike and my wife's bike. Like even that video you're showing now, that's I'm so far advanced from strapping down now, because I even went to school to learn how to strap down bikes. I even did that. I took a course on how to strap down motorcycles, how to know the motorcycle strong points and different things like that. So just fully invested into it, man, and
that's pretty cool, man. And so you tow motorcycles and stuff in the daytime or whatever. So you're truly making your money motorcycling. So let's talk about your show. You have a show you just did that you did for the Raven Dixie line.
OGs on Chrome. It's put on by Motorcycle Entertainment Television. And again, shout out to my cameraman, GQ. My man GQ was my cameraman. And basically we flew into Vegas, and we went from Vegas all the way from San Diego to meet the father and them, all the way up to Oakland, to film different clubs and different perspectives of the bike set, and to film different people that were doing, from sound shops to just different things, just to show you a little bit something different about the bike set. I have an interview that has never ever before been done. I'm probably the only person to do it and will ever do it. And that's the interview that I did with Chosen Few, with all of most of the original members that are still living of Chosen Few. They gave me the opportunity to interview them, and it was one of the most powerful and impacting interviews ever. And a lot of it we can't show because it would cause a lot of damage. But what you will see is still profound and still enough to make you love this bike set and to understand and to love where they came from, and to realize what you're a part of. So I'm just telling you, man, it was an awesome time. I don't know if we'll do a season 2. We're hoping to get a season 2 where we can really perfect our skills. Because me and GQ, man, it was just us, and we winged it. We did what we could, and trying to get clearances for some of the clubhouses and trying to get clearances for some of the major manufacturers and stuff like that. By us being a brand new TV show, a lot of doors were closed to us. A lot of people didn't know really what to do from the cameras. Well, what you gonna ask, what you gonna say. So we put that thing together, man. And I got to give my brother, man, GQ, a big shout out for his role and for everything that he did. And I also got to give a shout out to Raven Dixie and Met Television, Motorcycle Entertainment Television, and all the people behind the scenes there as well. We were just trying to their vision, along with our vision, my vision, and then GQ's vision, and just trying to put it all together. And I think we for our first season, for us being rookies, I think we hit the show out the park, and the show is a hell of a show. Every episode is very interesting and entertaining and educational. So I got people on there from Gorilla Blue to my man Longway, to my man Big Psych in Arizona, all the way from Kings of Cali to Big Punch in LA, to, like I said, the father of Black Sabbath, and just different people, man. We went all up and down the West Coast, and our goal is to travel state to state and bring you all of these beautiful people and wonderful people that are doing this motorcycle stuff. So it's cool, but it's called OGs on Chrome. You can find it on Roku. If you go to Roku, type in OGs on Chrome or Motorcycle Entertainment Television, and it'll come up. You can find it on Amazon TV, I think Apple TV or whatever. The show is on there, and it's doing real good, man. So I'm real proud of that.
Man, so from a cell phone and a microphone.
No, from a cell phone. We didn't even have a. We went from a cell phone to a microphone.
From a cell phone and not even much knowledge on how to use computers a whole lot. And
At all. Still learning.
Look at you now, man. Look at all the things you've done.
I mean, look at you too. Don't come on now. This is a two-way street now. Come on, we help each other. You know that. We both.
It's my interview. Interview. Yeah. Don't bring your host tools. It's my interview.
Well, let me say this, man. For a lot of people consider me controversial, and I understand. I mean, at this age in our life, we just want things to be smooth and we want things to be comfortable. But for me, I've always been the person that it had to make sense, period. If it didn't make sense, I was going to question it. If it wasn't right, I was going to fight it until it got right. And that's just me. I mean no harm by it. I don't mean to cause confusion or dissension or to even have people not like me because of it. But one thing about me, hold on, this is my business partner, matter of fact. Hold on. How's that ringing in there like that? Anyway. Todd, what you know good?
Hey, what up, big dog? How's it going? How you doing?
We on live. I just got through talking about the jam. We still online. Go to my thing, my YouTube. All right. Yeah, that's my business partner. For those that don't know me, I'm a straightforward person. I'm a very passionate person. I'm all in. If I function with you, and that's me being nice, because I want to say if I fuck with you, but if I function with you, I function with you. If I tell you it's no problem, it's no problem. If I tell you don't worry, don't worry. I'm not one of them kind of people that backstab you or come behind your back or sneak diss or whatever. Whatever I say, I mean. I'm gonna stand on it. I'll die defending my manhood, and it just is what it is. I'm just a straightforward cat, and sometimes it rubs people the wrong way. And one thing about me, and Black Dragon will attest to this, you can tell me how you feel about me, period. And I'm gonna discuss it. We're gonna talk about it, and either you're gonna accept it or whatever we got to do, but we're gonna get past it. I promise you that. Because I don't hold grudges. I don't know how to hold. I don't even remember the argument that we had last. What argument? Oh, you talking? Oh, so that's just me. But I wanted to say that, man, for your viewers and for my viewers, man, because it's it gets to the point sometimes, Dragon, to where this stuff by us being in the limelight, man, it gets real emotional sometimes because we put ourselves out there. So people take jabs at us, people take swings at us like we're not human, like we don't have families and stuff like that, man. So I just wanted to say that, and to everybody, if you know me, then you can't do nothing but love me. Look at me, give me emotion. If you know me, can't do nothing but love me because there's nothing that I won't do for you in the name of right. Now I'm not gonna drive the getaway car. I'm not gonna do none of that shit. And I ain't gonna tell on you neither. But don't just keep it away from me.
Yeah, I'm not driving a getaway car either. But man, listen.
Somebody asked you a question: are civilians allowed to attend the Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club annual in San Diego? For sure.
Absolutely. Everybody's allowed to attend. I just did a video about that on TikTok, that everyone's allowed to hang out. Everyone. We are an inclusive club of all races, class, caste, ilks, social constructs, religions. We don't care. Just bring your big boy behavior and be ready to have fun, because we love everybody. And we want everybody to come in. And that's not from me. That's from the father of the mighty Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club Nation. Those guys built a club that was inclusive of everyone. And so that's kind of how it's always been for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed we can go on all day with this, man. We need to do a series of this, probably once a month, man. Come on here and do this thing, man. And because there's a lot of stuff I want to ask you. And I'm gonna ask you this before we go. I don't want you to answer this, but I just want to let you know I got a question for you. How do you feel about females on the set? Don't answer that. I'm gonna say that for our next conversation because I know you. You got some. Yeah, they're gonna crucify your ass when you start talking about. Yeah, but we're gonna say that for the next one. Man. We're gonna get into that, man.
Oh my goodness! You couldn't get off. You had to come on, and throw your beginning on, and then you had to throw your little new brand new Road Crafter Pro 2 on me, and then okay, keep burning rubber on me over here. I'm gonna come put your tires out over there.
Hey man, it is what it is. But again, hey man, I see my man Emo here. What up, Emo? My man Emo, another excellent person that I would not know if it wasn't for the motorcycle set, man. Another out of Oakland, California. Man, this cat here, he rides for no reason. And when I mean he rides for no reason, he rides for no reason. He has no purpose except the passion of being on his motorcycle. And that's hard to find people like that, man.
Man, we're just having a great time tonight. Listen, we've had them on for an hour, a little over an hour and a half, so they're probably tired of us, man. But I just want to thank you for coming on. Always such short notice, but you, man, my cats that have my back got my back, man. That's just the way it's always been. So I'm very proud of you for all the things you're doing. Just amazing things, bro. I've seen you in the struggle, and for where you come from. For the things you did.
15 years in prison. 15 years in prison.
How my last question. I mean, it had to be very bleak getting out of prison. Of course, you had a good family structure behind you, but it had to be pretty bleak getting out of prison. And you got a record. You can't particularly find a job or whatever the case may be. You've done this thing regardless of all the strikes that were against you. What would you tell somebody that's coming out having done 15 years in prison about what they could be based on maybe looking at some of the things you've done?
To be honest, Dragon, I mean, I was asleep the whole time. I was in the world, like what my dad would say, in the world and in the way. You feel me? I was trying to live up to the reputation of my big homies and the OGs and the streets and trying to fit in LA, Compton, and, even in school and but I've always been a dreamer. I've always been a creator. I've always had big dreams, wanting to create things. I've always been a person to see stuff first before everybody else saw it. And it was probably the last time that I was on my third bid or whatever, that I was in prison. And my mom and dad came to visit me, and they've been by my side, tremendously. And for those that you don't know, my dad was a chief of police, and my mom worked for the police department, the whole 9 yards. So I'm what they call a preacher's kid, always the one that's messing up. But me being the oldest and, basically just trying to find my way in LA, man, and trying to figure this thing out, trying to have money, trying to be popular, trying to be, the cool guy. But anyway, so on my visit, one of my last job, my dad came and visited me, and he said, "Son, I need you. You're our oldest boy, and I need you." And that conversation, from just those words, just made me flip it around. And then inside in prison, I'll never forget my homie Shorty. He's a lifer, and he said, "Dog, you too smart to be in here. You can read, you can write, you can type, you can." You're just too smart to be in here. Quit wasting your time and stuff like that. And I came home, man, with just a different vengeance. And I think the biggest thing was when I moved from LA to Georgia. I took a chance to come to Georgia, not knowing anybody, not knowing even a street name. And from there, it just went up from there. But and then, like I said, I've had a hell of my dad, the big fella. I mean, him, my mom, they just been there for me, bro. And from there, it just never looked back. And then once I understood who God was and how God works, and how to rely on him and how to follow his words and his ways, it just changed my whole life.
And I've met your parents and your family. I've been at your house. I've eaten at your house. Man, some incredible folks that you come from, some incredible folks. There's nothing but respect and love over there. You know what you get when you go to your house is you just get surrounded with love.
Yeah.
And I've always appreciated knowing that special part of you that a lot of people will never get to see. Man, listen, thank you for being on my show. Any parting words?
Man, I just want to tell everybody, man, if you're going to dive into this thing we call the motorcycle lifestyle, if it's going to be a hobby for you, if it's going to be a lifestyle, if you're going to dive into it, take the time to understand and pay homage to the people that came before us. We got a dude on the set, an OG on the set, that's a hell of a storyteller. He's a hell of a dude. My man Hero, my man Boss Mike, my cats from East Bay Dragons. Take the time to learn what you're becoming a part of and what you're going to be sharing, portions and pieces of and memories of, and just embrace it and understand, man, that it is phenomenal. This bike set, this motorcycling is probably one of the greatest things any human being can do, is to ride a motorcycle from point A to point B, period. You got out there right now, you got my girl Piper, who just did the 10 to the end for Sarge. Let me imagine somebody else I need to big up, my man Chris Houston, Sarge. He's taking over the Iron Elite, paying tribute to Black history and paying tribute to the Black biker for today, Iron Elite thing. He has the 10 to the end patch that he's been doing, and he's been doing his thing is called Each One Teach One, the Black Motorcycle Experience. You can find it on Facebook, and he has a YouTube channel and some other stuff. But you got my girl Piper, who just did 10 to the end. You got the Highway Bully. She's doing 10 to the end. You got these females out there doing phenomenal things, and you got a bunch of cats, man. You got some great organizations, some great MCs, man, just doing some great stuff, man. And I'm telling you, what you see is what it is. It's a brotherhood. It's a unity. It's probably one of the only real things that we have left that's ours. You feel what I'm saying? That, and every day they're trying to take that, but just embrace it, man. Learn from it. Learn it. Don't lose yourself in it, and find your place, find your lane, And again, ride your ride and ride your pace. Find some love on yourself, love on everybody around you, because people are coming and going every day. So we losing people, and you never even get a chance to say bye or I love you. So I want to tell each and every one of you guys that's watching this live or gonna watch it later or whenever you're watching it, from me, from Big Cell, FHO's HNIC, I love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Black Dragon, the father, I love you guys, and ain't nothing you can do about it. And I mean that. So,
man, that was really cool, man. Great having you on, especially with the father. And man, you have a good night, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm sure we'll talk in the morning. Take care.
I do. Thank you, though.
All right. Peace. And that was Big Cell from Fast Harley's Only, ATLGA. You can get him at FHO ATLGA. That's his YouTube channel. He's on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Also look for him on Fast Harley's Only. An amazing testimony, if you will, for the things that he's I've seen him go through, watched him as we started this thing so many years ago. He started in 2007. And he taught me how to do this thing, and I was very pleased to be able to give back, because I had a whole lot of experience in computers and stuff, and we've worked together on many things. So I'm just excited. It's been an exciting night to talk to him and catch up. So anyway, I will see you guys in the morning for Black Dragon Biker TV News. Biker News Network, Biker News you can trust. We broadcast just about every single day. So if you aren't getting our what are the things called? Notifications, just come back and look, because we're broadcasting everything. About 10ish in the morning, we have Biker News, and then a lot of times we're broadcasting twice a day, putting out fresh new content, MC protocol, and that sort of stuff. So check us out. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. Thank you to all the creators that were on tonight. We had a crap load of creators on tonight. It was just amazing to see all the shows, how they really support each other. It's really crazy to see all the folks out there. Lavish T and Just GQ and just so many others. So we just want to thank everybody for showing up. And make sure to subscribe to Big Cell and subscribe to me too. So I love you guys. I'll see you in the morning. It's late, so hopefully I'm not late in the morning. You guys have a great one. Thanks for tuning in, and get skinny. Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book.
Get Black Dragon's first book, The Prospect's Bible, to learn how to join a motorcycle club. It has been an Amazon #1 bestseller for the past 7 years and is required reading for over 3,000 motorcycle clubs worldwide. This book is a must-have for new people venturing onto the motorcycle club set. It will teach you how to prepare yourself for service to the motorcycle club nation and show you how to qualify a motorcycle club to be worthy of your service. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and for order at your local bookstore. Get your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club prospect you can be. Get the book.
Black Dragon Biker News Network. Biker News you can trust.
Biker News you can trust. Biker News you can trust. Biker News you can trust.
You are fake news. Black Dragon Biker News Network. Biker news you can trust.
Biker news you can trust. Biker news you can trust. Biker news you can trust.